àtúpalùpọ̀ àwa Èkìtì àti gbòmìnira ọ̀kan làwa ṣe. Èkìtì tí gbòmìnira, Èkìtì tí gbòmìnira, àwa Èkìtì iwájú la ó máa lọ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Àwa Èkìtì ọ̀kan ṣoṣo máa ní wá ó láéláé.
Of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. So help us God. Amen. Thank you very much. May I welcome us once again to yet another plenary session today, being the 30th day of January 2025. I welcome my dear colleagues, and I thank you for all you do. For us to proceed to today's plenary session, I will quickly want us to run through our votes and proceedings for Thursday, the 23rd day of January 2025. And I'm going to take us through from page 1. In case there is any observation or any correction to be made, please kindly signify. Page 2. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. And page 8, which is the last page. It was indeed a great session on the 23rd. In the absence of no observation, correction to be made, I also can confirm that I've read through and that every detail as contained in these votes and proceedings were actually the true reflection of what transpired on the 23rd of January 2025. On that note, the votes and proceedings for Thursday, 23rd of January 2025 is hereby approved. Madam Clerk, any message from the governor?
Capacity speaking speaker. We didn't receive.
Any other announcements?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I received a correspondence from the family of Honorable Justice Edward Adepoju Ojolakwe on the 20th of January 2025 Address to Right Honorable Ade Aribase, the Speaker of Ekiti State, House of Assembly, Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State. Notification of the passing of Honorable Justice Edward Adepoju Ojuolape, 1927 to 2025. It is with total submission but total gratitude to God for a life well lived that we wish to formally inform you of the peaceful passing unto glory of our beloved Father, Honorable Justice Edward Adepoju Ojuolape. He transitioned peacefully on the 16th day of January 2025 at the very ripe age of 97 years old, leaving behind a legacy of excellence, service, and unwavering dedication to the judiciary and humanity. As a family, we are deeply comforted by the prophet's outpouring of love and support from those whose lives he touched during his remarkable career and lifetime. We are currently in the process of finalizing the funeral arrangements, and we will communicate the details to you in due course. We hope to count on your esteemed presence and prayers as we celebrate the life and times of a remarkable man who gave so much to his profession, his community, and his family. Thank you for your understanding and support during this time. Signed, yours faithfully, Ambassador Niyi Ojuolape, for the entire Ojuolape family. And we must say that Honorable Justice Adepoju Edward Ojuolape actually and indeed lived a fulfilled life. His contribution to legal jurisprudence, not just in Ekiti State, but in Nigeria, will forever live on. He has actually etched his name on gold. And Justice Ojuolape will forever be remembered. You will recall so many commissions, Justice Ojuolape's commission on various matters. He was a jurist of note and who contributed immensely to the advancement of our judicial system in Nigeria. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. Well, maybe I should allow the leader of the house at least to make one or two comments since he represents Justice Ojuolape. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues. I want to say that it's also a very painful one to have lost Baba, even at that age, because for us, it remains the very backbone for the development and the progress of my community, Ogotun Ekiti. And it's not usual or it's not common to have people of that quality. We have a lot of good in Ogotun Ekiti, but Baba was exceptional. Baba was a strength. Even in Ondo State, the positions he played in the creation of Ondo State are there in the records. And even in Ekiti State, all he has done in setting the direction, the right direction for the development of the judiciary, being the first chief judge of Ekiti State, are all in the records of the state. So it's a big loss for us,
I get you right?
Yes, he's the first chief judge
Of Ekiti
of
State.
Ekiti State, sir. When Ekiti State was created, he was the first chief judge.
Oh, okay.
Of Ekiti
I want
State.
us to get the record straight.
Yes.
Okay, set it straight. Okay, thank you.
Listen. So we hold him dear for people from the Kristawe constituency too. It's a very great loss for us, and we appreciate all the House has also done in recognition of his efforts in Ekiti State. I pray that the Lord Almighty gives him eternal rest.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Honorable Tolulope Michael Ige, the leader of the House. One thing that you cannot take away from Justice Ojolakwe, just like Baba Rugbofa also mentioned, Justice Ojolakwe was one of the forces behind the creation of Ondo State. I'm not talking of Ekiti State now. And it is still one of his contributions that a legacy that Justice Ojolakwe actually left behind is also from Ogotun, Ekiti. So it is not just that you are representing Ekiti Southwest too, but that you are also from Ogotun, that village, in one of the villages in Ekiti State. Those of us from city, we know ourselves. So Honorable, for all of us, we mourn, we also celebrate the passage of this icon. Now, I also want to know if there is any petition, and I'm aware there are petitions, so I call on the leader of the House to take those petitions quickly. Just do the summary, let us know whether it was signed and those who signed it, and what their prayers are. It's important. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I have here with me two petitions. The first petition is from the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, Schools and Colleges, Ekiti Branch. And the topic is the non-inclusion of non-academic staff union members in the pecuniary allowance paid to teachers in Ekiti State. Their concerns is the exclusion and discrimination by excluding NASU members from the pecuniary allowance. The government has inadvertently marginalized a vital group of stakeholders, creating a sense of inequality and discrimination. Then the demoralization this exclusion has caused, and the need for equity and fairness. Their prayer is the immediate inclusion of NASU members in this allowance payment, and a policy reform to encourage the establishment of a comprehensive and inclusive policy for future allowances and incentives, covering all categories of staffs within the educational sector. And then finally, engagement and dialogue with NASU representatives to address these grievances and foster industrial harmony within the educational sector. The petition was signed by the NASU secretary and the NASU chairman. There are other documents attached, and there are copies of a circular on the implementation of teachers' prescription jobs related allowances in other states as it relates to this set of petitioners. Having said this, Honorable Speaker, with your permission, may I present the petition to the House?
The only challenge I'm having is the names of the petitioner. I'm not sure if you have informed us.
Yes, the petition was signed by the NASU's chairman and the NASU secretary.
What's his name?
And that's in the person of Comrade Kaode Olasukomi, the secretary, and Comrade Toyin Fagbamila, the chairman.
Thank you very much. So you can lay the... I thought you have two petitions with you.
Yes, sir.
Can you just take the two together and then lay the two, one after the other?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. The second petition is from the reigning regent Ikole local government. And the topic is the maltreatment of the regent in Ikole local government. The state government recently made a payment of some amount of money to all KBSs and regents in the state, which was meant for vehicle maintenance allowance. And the schedule of payment had already been drafted at the state level, in which 20% of the money was deducted for the chiefs in each town. Some local governments like Oye and Erekwedu, who also asked regents in some of their towns, made a full payment of the said money to their regent. But to those in Ikole, they have not been able to get full payment. They only got half of the payment. The Ikore Local Government Traditional Council has stopped paying the salaries of the regents of Okiako and Ayebode, claiming that they had overstayed on the throne. They have the likes of the regent of Iwuruku, who has spent 6 years on the throne. The regent of Aromiobo has spent 3 years on the throne, and yet their salaries and are being paid by the local government traditional council. So the request is that this be adjusted and that the deficit be paid to the regents who are yet to get their balance. And this petition was signed by Princess Mosumola Famoroti, regent of Ayebode, Princess Tinoade Adebayo, regent of Okiako, Princess Fisayo Akinola, regent of Esun, Prince Esun Ekiti, Princess Bolaji Adeni, regent of Ijesha-Isu Ekiti. Right, Osaka.
And step forward to lay the two petitions. Yeah, thank you very much. The petition has been laid. Quickly, leader, move a motion that the two petitions become documents of this House.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, having laid the petition as earlier read, I want to move this motion that this House adopts this document as a working document so as to speedily check them and react to them. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to that motion? Yes, Honorable Femi Akindele. Your mic. On your mic. I hope the Celestia are not working.
I have to activate the celestial bodies. Right Honourable Speaker, dear colleagues, I'm Honourable Femi Olarewaju Akindele. I represent the entire celestial bodies of Rep. Development Constituency 1. I rise to second the motion that the document presented by leader of business should be adopted as working document of this House. I so second. Thank you.
If I support that the two petitions before us become the working document of this House, say aye. If you are supposed to say aye. If you are supposed to say aye. If you are against say nay. The ayes have it. Now, please let me have the two petitions. these petitions will also go, I will allow ad hoc committee, because I know we still have a lot with public petition. For the reigning regents, the petition from the reigning regent from Ikoyi local government, the following people will form an ad hoc committee to treat it, and within 2 weeks, they should report to the House. To share this, because it's good that Agba, Right Honorable Hakeem Jamiu, to share the matter from the regents. Alhaja Miriam Ogunlade to be a member. Honorable Ademola Ojo, member. Yes. Well, Honorable Iyabo Fakunle Okeme, you are a princess, member, as a princess. Well, Oro Tomba mu ọmọ kékeré lọ, ó máa ń parun. So, Honorable Sunday Idowu Odebumi to be a member. So, the 5-man committee to handle that matter. And also, for the petition from the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and Associated Institutions, schools and colleges. The following people who handle the matter to chair the committee, the ad hoc committee, Honorable Barrister Tunde Oke to chair, Honorable Lateef Oluwole Akanle, member, Honorable Christiana Abimbola, member, Honorable Karim Agumbiade, member, and Honorable Femi Akindele, member. Please, all these committees, the ad hoc committees, you just have 2 weeks to submit your report. Thank you. Don't forget, maybe I should take it again, for the regents. Right Honorable Hakeem Jamiu as the chairman, Honorable Ademola Ojo, member, Honorable Alhaja Miriam Ogunlade, member, Honorable Sunday Idowu Odebumi, member, Honorable Barrister Princess Iyabo Fakunle Okeme plus Lydia, member. And for the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and Associated Institutions, schools and colleges, Honorable Barrister Tunde Oke, chairman, Honorable Lateef Oluwole Akanle, member, Honorable Christiana Abimbola, member, Honorable Karim Agumbiade, member, Honorable Femi Akindele, member. 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Yes. Any matter of urgent public importance? Yes, Right Honorable Hakeem Jamiu.
Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I'm Right Honorable Hakeem Jamiu. I represent the good people of Record of London Constituency 2. Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I want you to recall that sometime in October 2024, I reported to this House that there was another accident at the same marketplace spot in Iworoko Ekiti, that is my constituency headquarters, which claimed lives. And that was not the first occurrence. Accidents have been occurring at that place, which is a market, and that has been claiming lives. And this House set up a committee to look into this, and actually we resolved that day that the committee should find a way of making sure that, with immediate effect, that market should be relocated, and a new site must be given and reported to this House. Why I will not go into the report, because the report will soon be read. It is a pity, and it's so sad to tell this House that even though the committee we have done our job, and
the time it took us to do the job is
sorry, please. Honorable Tunde, okay, please, can you step forward?
Can I go on to her, sir? That is not our fault that it took us so long. When we read the report, you will know why it took so long. But what I want to say is that it is unfortunate that just 2 days ago, another accident occurred at the same spot, claiming lives again. So, Mr. Speaker, today I urge this House, after our report must have been adopted, please let the House do the needful and put this matter at rest once and for all. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Right Honorable Akim Jami, thank you for bringing this matter to our notice. Why we will not discuss it now is because a committee ad hoc committee was set up by this House to also look into that matter. Fortunately enough, the committee is reporting to the House today. So we will take our discussion to when the committee reports to the House. The matter of urgency, public urgency, then we'll take the report and your matter of urgency that you have raised. Right Honorable. Thank you, but it's important that this House take a decisive step on this particular issue. Before I go on, so that because this is Alo Chamber, and we have to set our record straight, Honorable Tolilokwaege, from findings, your assertion on Justice Ojuolakwe as the first CJ of Ekiti State may not be accurate. The first Chief Judge of Ekiti State was Justice Ademola Ajakaye, while Justice Ojuolakwe was acting CJ in the whole Ondo State. We need to set our record straight. Thank you very much. Yes. Is there another matter of public importance? All right. Then I call on the leader of the House. I know there is no personal explanation. No personal explanation. I call on the leader of the House to take us through the order of the day.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues. Welcome once again to today's plenary. I am Honorable Tolilokwaege, and I represent the Southwest Constituency 2, and by the grace of God, Majority Leader of the 7th Assembly. I have the order paper for Thursday, 30th January 2025 with me, and on the order of the day, there are 5 items. Items 1 is the report of the House Committee on Infrastructure and Public Utilities in respect of the petition seeking relocation and construction of Ekiti main market and requests for release of land. Item number 2 is the report of the ad hoc committee on the Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment 2025. Item 3 is consideration of the report of Committee on Education, Science and Technology on Ekiti State Senior Secondary School Board Bill 2025. Item 4 is also the consideration of the Ekiti State House of Assembly Service Commission Loans Board, First Amendment Bill 2025. While item 5, which is the last, is adjournment. Right, Honorable Speaker. The first item thank you, with your direction, you can direct the chairman, House Committee on Infrastructure and Public Utilities, that's Honorable Femi Akindele, to present his report.
Thank you very much. This is how we are going to do it, because I believe this will go to the Committee of the whole House, where we are going to discuss it. Honorable Femi Akindele, you are the chairman of that committee. Can you just take the title and your findings, then your recommendation?
Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Honorable Femi Olanrewaju Akindele. Report of the House Committee on Infrastructure and Public Utilities in respect of petition seeking relocation and construction of Iworoko Ekiti main market and request for release of land. That's the title, Right Honorable Speaker and dear colleagues. Yes, our findings are contained under observation. Having visited the place and listening to both parties, the committee observed the following. 1, that the old marketplace has been banned due to incessant vehicular accidents. Just like Right Honorable Akim Jami mentioned, another one occurred on Tuesday, that the old market has been shifted to the new site and there was market activity going on in the marketplace. 3rd, that the present site is suitable for the market. 4th, that compensation needs to be paid to confirmed legal occupants of the site whose structures were affected by the relocation. Right Honorable Speaker, let me go straight to resolution. The committee noted that there is consensus among parties in the community on the suitability of siting the market in the new location. And the proactive mayor of the chairman of the Federal Local Council Development Area has taken developing the market site with the earlier directive of the House. Therefore, the committee resolved as follows. 1, that the House directs the LCDA chairman to expedite action on construction of the new market site. That the House that apart from the relocation of the market that has been effected, the erection of heavy speed breakers from about 2 kilometers from Ifaki and to the Iworoko junction, where trailers accident had been occurring, should be done as soon as possible so as to mitigate further occurrence of accidents on the road. Appreciation. The committee expresses its profound gratitude to Right Honorable Speaker and all honorable members of the House for opportunity given to serve in this capacity. Signed, Chairman, and all other members. Thank you.
Much. Can you step forward to lay the report? Thank you for a job well done. Yes, Leader of the House, can you move the motion?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My dear colleagues, I want to move the motion that this document, as submitted by the Chairman's Committee on Infrastructure and Public Utilities, be adopted as a working document of this House. I so move.
Any seconder? Yes, Honorable Barrister Princess Iyabo Fakunle Okeme plus Lydia. What happened?
The mic is playing up, sir. The Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished members of the State Assembly, my name is Honorable Barrister Iyabo Fakunle Okeme, and I represent the good people of Ilejemeje constituency. Having listened to the Chairman on Infrastructure and Public Utilities, reading his report, on the assignment given to them on the floor of the assembly. I hereby wish to second the motion as moved by the majority leader that the document, the report as given, be adopted as a working document of this honorable house. I so second.
On that note, I put the question: if you are in support that this house do adopt the report of the House Committee on Infrastructure and Public Utilities in respect of the petition seeking relocation and construction of Iworoko-Ekiti main market, that is, request for release of land, held on Tuesday, 9th of October 2024. If you're in support that this house adopt this report, say aye. And if I again say nay, the ayes have it. I know member can speak to this report, but I think we will take this to the committee of the whole house so that you can raise your observations. I also have my observations, and we are going to raise at the committee of the whole house. Thank you. Leader of the house.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the next item on the order of the day is also the report of the ad hoc committee on Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment 2025. And the chairman of that ad hoc committee is Honorable Jacob Adeyemi Awoniyi. Right, Honorable Speaker, you may direct him to go ahead to present his report, sir.
The ad hoc chairman of Committee on Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, Honorable Awoniyi, please go ahead and render your report.
Right, Honorable Speaker, sir. Distinguished Honorable members of Ekiti State House of Assembly, I am Honorable Jacob Adeyemi Awoniyi, representing Maba Constituency 2. I rise this morning to present the report of ad hoc committee on Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment 2025. Ekiti State government is actively working on transitioning its workers from the Defined Benefit Scheme, DBS, to the Contributory Pension Scheme, CPS. The shift is intended to address the financial strain associated with the DBS, which has accumulated substantial unpaid liabilities for gratuities. This necessitated some amendment to the pension law, named Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment 2025, which was considered and thoroughly debated at the floor of the House on Thursday, 28 November 2024. Subsequently, the House set up a 7-member ad hoc committee to further examine the bill. Modus operandi. The committee convened on Sunday, 8 December 2024, via WhatsApp group call and resolved to 1. Invite key stakeholders to provide contributions to shape the amendment. 2. Sensitize the public via a public hearing platform. 3. Accept suggestions on either soft or hard copies. 4. Inform the media to ensure the amendment receive widespread publicity. Key aspects of the amendment. 1. Migration to CPS. Employees with over 5 years under the DBS will migrate to the CPS, while those with less than 5 years remain under the DBS. This aims to reduce gratuity liabilities gradually. 2. Mortgage assistance. CPS participants can use part of their pension savings for residential mortgage equity contributions. 3. Administrative updates. The Ekiti State Pension Commission will oversee contributions, recover unremitted deductions, and management exemptions from the scheme. Stakeholders' view, opinion, and contribution. On Tuesday, 17 December 2024, representatives from trade and labor unions shared the following concerns regarding the CPS as follows. The scheme may not favor university professors, permanent secretaries, and heads of service due to its structure. 2. irregularities in implementing and remitting CPS deductions since 2010. 3. Lack of updated payment alerts in retirement savings account, RSAs. 4. Terminal benefits for service years before CPS adoption remain unpaid. 5. No provisions to mitigate future economic risk and contributor savings. 6. Cumulative CPS benefits are lower than those under the DBS. 7. Higher institutions as autonomous entities should be exempted like judicial officers and armed forces personnel. Equally, the committee was able to establish the following in ameliorating the fares of all respective labor and trade union representatives. 1. That the state government came up with this policy purposely to stop the geometric growth on the gratuity liabilities in the state. 2. The categories of employees exempted from the migration are those who are due to retire from the public service on or before 31st December 2028. That all stakeholders were sensitized by PECOM, including labor union, which is NSC, TUC, JNC, and their affiliates, and they all agreed to the implementation of the policy. That the government is committed to the payment of the accrued pension before CPS. That the actuarial valuation to determine the retirement benefits for past services rendered by the affected public servants had been done by the actuarial consultant appointed by the state government, and the report had been submitted. That there is a legal framework in place to enhance government commitment to the payment of the retirement benefits. That there will be prompt payment of retirement benefits to prospective contributors under the CPS scheme. 8. That there will be return on investment on contributions made by the CPS participants. Hence, the value of employees' contribution is not static, but progressively yielding on periodic basis. Now, in case of death in active service, the legal beneficiaries of the deceased shall have access to receive the death benefit due under the scheme 300% of annual emolument of the deceased officer. Third, that in order to ensure effective implementation of the CPS, penalty for non-compliance or laxity are usually placed on the operators of the scheme by the regulator. The individual participant of the scheme can easily monitor all transactions on his or her pension account via receipt of statement of account or PFA's mobile app. 2. That the CPS legal framework made provision for top principal officers in the higher institutions, civil and public service to receive their full benefit under the scheme, provided additional benefit is approved by the state government. Funding summary. Funding summary of the employers, which is the state government, under the scheme shall include 10% monthly employers' contribution on behalf of the employees. 2. Funding of retirement benefit bond redemption. Funding of retirement benefit bond redemption fund account with 5% total wage bill of participant for payment of retirement benefit for past services rendered by the contributors under the scheme. 3. Procurement of group life insurance for payment of death benefits to legal beneficiary or beneficiaries, as the case may be, of any employee who dies in active service. F, which is key provisions of the amendment. The Ekiti State Pension Reform Law 2022, in this bill referred to as the principal law, is hereby amended as set out below. Section 7 of the principal law is amended by inserting additional subsection 8 as follows. 8. A pension fund administrator subject to the guidelines issued by the National Pension Commission and a clearance letter from the Ekiti State Pension Commission apply a percentage of the pension assets in the retirement savings account towards payment of equity contribution for payment of residential mortgage by a RSA holder. Section 12, subsection 1 of the principal law is amended by deleting subsection and inserting a new subsection as follows. 12, Section 12, Section 1, Section 12.1. Notwithstanding the provision of subsection 2 of Section 1 of this law, an employee is entitled to retirement benefits under any pension scheme. But any employee employed before 1st January 2010 and who shall be due to retire on or before the 31st of December 2028 shall be exempted from the scheme. Section 67 of the principal law is amended by renumbering it as Section 68. Section 67 of the principal law is amended by inserting a new Section 67 as follows: wrongful deductions. Wrongful retirement savings account contribution and accrued interest made in favor of any employee in active service who is exempted by the provision of Section 12 of this law shall be refunded to the Ekiti State Pension Commission, which shall transmit the fund to the employer and give directive on the apportionment of the fund between the employer and the employee. Where the employee has retired from public service subject to subsection 1 of this section of the law, the total balance in the RSA shall be paid to him as the apportioned employer's contribution, and accrued interest in the RSA shall be deducted from the retirement benefit, which the employee shall be entitled to under the existing pension scheme. Where the retiree has received his entitlement under the existing pension scheme, subject to subsection 1 of this section of the law, the total balance in the retirement savings account shall be refunded to the Ekiti State Pension Commission, which shall transmit the fund to the employer and give directive on the apportionment of the fund between the employer and the retiree. Short title. This law may be cited as the Ekiti Pension Reform, First Amendment Law 2025. Recommendation. The committee recommends the following for the consideration of the House. 1. The Pension Commission should organize periodic forums with labor unions to provide updates on the implementation status of the scheme, while also gathering feedback and constructive suggestions from the unions. 2. As one of the primary objectives of a pension commission, as stipulated in the law, the pre-retirement training for intending retirees should be carried out before they exit service. 3. The Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment Bill 2025, may be considered for an express passage into law. Conclusion. The ALCO Committee affirms that the amendment aligns with the national framework established by the Pension Reform Act of 2004 and its 2014 amendment. These reforms aim at ensuring efficient pension management, reduce payment delays, and provide financial security for retirees. Appreciation. The committee extends its gratitude to the Ekiti State House of Assembly for the opportunity to serve and contribute to this critical legislative process. Members of the other committee, Honorable Jacob Adeyemi, Honorable Jamiu Karim, Honorable Akim, Honorable Babatunde Oke, Honorable Barrister Fakunle Iyabode Okieme, Honorable Babatunde Fawekun, Honorable Oladele Olaoye Gunshakin, Honorable Lateef Oluwole Akanle, and Mr. Tope Akirele, the committee clerk. All signed except Honorable Babatunde Fawekun. Thank you, sir.
And sign. Are you dissenting? If not, then you can sign. So you have full concurrence of all your members. All right. So you can tender the report. Kindly lay the report before the House. Well, I must commend this committee for a job well done. That was a great one. Leader of the House, quickly.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My dear colleagues, thanks once again. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to humbly move that this House formally adopts the report
of ad hoc committee on the Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment 2025, as a guiding framework for our further deliberations. I so move.
Any seconder to that? Yes. Honorable Sunday Idowu Odebumi.
The capacity right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished Honorable colleagues, I'm Honorable Idowu Odebumi, representing the good people of Oyo Constituency 2. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the adoption of the reports of ad hoc committee on Ekiti State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment 2025, as a working document and for further consideration of the Committee of the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
On that note, I put the question that if I support that this House adopt the report of ad hoc committee that work on the State Pension Reform Law, First Amendment 2025, that is the bill, say aye, and if I again say nay, the ayes have it. Yes, before we proceed, we are going to quickly go on 5 minutes stand down, 5 minutes. Just, if you don't have anything to do, just stay inside. Just for 5 minutes, a stand down. So the House is hereby stand down for 5 minutes. Welcome back to plenary. Sorry for that. But we have been told that as we are growing, that if you are seated for 2 hours, when you are above 40, you should be able to also stretch your back, walk around, and we have done that right away. Yes, leader of the house.
My dear colleagues, please, Right Honourable Speaker, I want to move a motion that the House dissolves to Committee of the Whole to treat the report that has been presented to the House so as to quickly and speedily make resolutions on them. I so move.
Leader of the House, why don't you just, because I can see from our order of the day that we have other matters which are already slated for
Committee of the Whole.
Committee of the Whole House.
Yes.
So, including the reports, just move the motion that we step down all matters, the reports, consideration of the reports, and other items contained in item 3 and 4. Or is that what you said?
Yeah, my motion, Right Honourable Speaker, is to dissolve Committee of the Whole to treat items 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Then, seconder to that? Honorable Tunde, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Dear colleagues, I'm Honorable Babatunde Oke, representing Ikere Constituency 1. I rise to second the motion as moved by the Majority Leader that the House dissolve to the Committee of the Whole House to attend to item 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the other paper. I so second.
I therefore put the question that if I support that this House dissolve to the Committee of the Whole House to consider the reports on item 1, 2, 3, and 4, press yes. And if you're against, press nay. Voting starts immediately. All right, at the end of the vote, 16 people voted yes, nobody voted no, and none abstained. So the ayes have it. Yes, dear colleagues, I welcome you all to the Committee of the Whole House. Recall that at our plenary, the House agreed to consider some reports, another matter pending for the consideration of the whole House. So let me welcome us to this Committee of the Whole House. So, and we are going to take the matters one after the other. As also listed, we'll follow the order paper to treat the reports. Number 1 is the report of the Committee on Infrastructure and Public Utilities in respect of the petition seeking relocation and construction of the Iworoko Ekiti main market, that is, request for release of land. Dear colleagues, you have listened and you have the report with you, and we have carefully listened to the Chairman, House Committee on Infrastructure and Public Utilities, who has come up with some, well, maybe we should first of all amend a few lines, then we can discuss. Number 1, from here, where the committee wrote resolution, that should change to recommendation. The committee cannot pass resolution. They can only recommend to the House for resolution. And then where they also say, under that resolution, there is the last, not the last, where they wrote, therefore, under first paragraph now, therefore the committee resolved as follows. Therefore, should read, the committee recommended as follows. The committee has recommended to the whole House for resolution. So, then we cannot take the, unless there are other observations before we look into the recommendations. But we must appreciate the committee for doing a great job. Yes, Honorable Femi Akindele.
Right, Honorable Speaker, dear colleagues. I want to seek the leave of the chairman of the whole House, of committee of the whole House, if I can send the corrected, updated version of the report to the platform of members, soft copy, so that you, because I'm aware.
Is there anything different from what you have read?
No, not different, but then that is, what's this, the copy?
Honorable Femi Akindele, any correction that is different from what is here now? This is the copy of the House. If it is different from this, you can now speak to it.
Same as what you have in your.
Then don't worry, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you.
But if there is anything you want to correct, you can speak to it, because this document here had already been adopted.
Adopted, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we are working on this document. So if there is any correction, you can let us know now, so that we can look into it. Any correction you want to make?
The last page of that document that we have with us, O is missing in the name of Honorable Ayorinde.
Okay, well, unfortunately, what? Oh, okay, O is missing. Oh, Ayi? All right. Okay, let's do the correction that Honorable Yomi Ayorinde, instead of Ayi, change it to O. I think that is better. This is what is important. So members, correct what you have with you. Secretariat, when you are doing this, please always be meticulous. Yes, Honorable Alhaja Miriam Ogunlade Abimbola.
Thank you. Capacity, Right Honorable Speaker, sir. Distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Alhaja Miriam Bimbola Ogunlade, representing the good people of Emure constituency. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, on the caption, the last sentence, on Tuesday.
On the one before the house, that has been corrected.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Tuesday is not Thursday. So, yes. And that's been corrected. Thank you very much. Yes. Any other? Yes, Honorable Oladele Ogunshaki, the minority leader.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to draw the attention to the last paragraph before appreciation. The erection of heavy speed breaker from about 2 kilometers. The word heavy. I think.
You don't understand what that heavy means?
Yes.
So that it will not become road fences.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes, speed breaker, let's just put it as speed breakers. I think that's better. Thank you very much. Now, can we now look at the record? Okay, Honorable Oluwayomi Ayorinde, plus Ebenezer.
Right Honorable Speaker, esteemed colleagues, good morning to you all. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to call your attention to the last page of this report. My signature is missing, even though I support wholeheartedly the resolution and the work of the committee. I don't know if this opportunity is right for me to put my signature in this document.
Well, in equity regard as other which ought to be done. So since you are not against, it's as good as that you have signed, but please come and do it.
Okay.
You can step forward and do it right away. That's good. So nobody dissented, because maybe that would have meant that Honorable Yomi Ayonide did not agree with this. But now every member of that committee actually agreed to what is contained. Now, I hope no other corrections. So we can go straight. You will recall that this house has been inundated either by calls, by petition even from concerned Iworoko people, even by members of this house raising matter of urgent public importance on the unfortunate accident, not one, not two, that has claimed too many lives. I mean, too many lives. I also recall that I made mention of a gory experience that I personally witnessed in one of the accidents, because just immediately after the accident occurred, I drove. I was there, that I recall, I don't know how many dead bodies that I carry in my vehicle that time, my Lexus Jeep that time. That night, at least I knew that I carry about 7 dead bodies in my car to the teaching hospital. And that was sometimes in 2018 or 2019. And there has been reoccurrence of this. And as we all agree that one of our primary objectives, even in line with Section 14 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 14(2)(b) of the 1999 Constitution, is that our primary objective is to guarantee the safety of the lives of people and property. Apart from lives, even though life is sacred, property, if destroyed, can be rebuilt. But what happened to a life when it is taken? They will tell you life has no duplicates. Lives lost, property worth millions of naira lost due to this accident. And you will also agree with me that the reason cannot be fetched from where the current market is situated. Iworoko market, where it is situated, we all agree that that place is not suitable, particularly looking at the nature of the highway. And that road is highway, is even a federal road. So the question now arose between relocating the road or relocating the market. I believe that is what we are confronted with. It is either the road is relocated or the market is relocated, because we must ensure and guarantee the safety of lives and safety of property. The committee has worked. And the committee now come up with this, that number one, even though the committee said the market has been relocated, I may not agree, because just 2 days ago, there was another accident. 2 nights ago. And I recall Right Honorable Akim Jamiu had to call me because a video was sent to him and he called just because of that same market, at the heart of that market. And I'm aware that at least a life was lost, if I'm correct. So what do we do? So the observation here is that the old marketplace has been banned. The committee, you did not put who actually banned this, because it also occur. Probably we can allow Honorable Femi to shed more light, or any member of the committee who ban these markets.
Right Honorable Speaker, dear colleagues, in the course of this committee assignment, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee visited the town committee, the king, the regent, and the chiefs in the town, and the concerned stakeholders of the town. They all agreed to the fact that the market has to be relocated. So
in your observation that the old marketplace has been banned?
Yes, the urban council, in the town, they have been, as part of their petition, they proposed that place be
no,
banned.
the question is, has it been banned? Because your committee said the market has been banned. Let us get this thing. So, or was that a typo?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to leave that to the House committee, the committee of the whole House. So
no, you know, the committee of the whole House is now considering your report. You have the facts laid, so that we want to be sure whether it has been banned, so that we will know the next thing to do.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I will allow Right Honorable Hakim to speak. However, the chairman of the NCDA, the urban council, regents and council in that place, and all stakeholders of the town, they agreed that place be.
Then it has not been banned.
They agreed to the fact that
will be banned. There is difference between will be and has been banned. All right, Right Honorable Hakim Jamiu. Observation. All right, sorry sir, your observation.
Chairman, yes, my observation is with respect to observation 3, that the old market has been shifted to the new site, and there was market activity going on in the market. So I want Right Honorable Hakim Jamiu to also explain that this new site, is it operational now, the new market, and the old one? That means that old one is not working again. We want to understand it. Thank you.
Distinguished colleagues, I'm Right Honorable Hakim Jamiu. Let me clarify that, Right Honorable Speaker. Recall that when immediately I received that video, I called you. And coincidentally, the report of the committee was going on. So when another accident happened that night, he claimed 2 lives, actually. So they were even in the process, the community, they were in the process of resolving that market, the old market, cannot hold in that place again. Now the accident happened. So the following morning, I think that was the catalyst. They just said, this old market can no longer work. So they moved to the present site. So it was just a fait accompli. It made our job simple in the house. We just, with what they have done, because that is the mandate of the house, the mandate that the house gave to our committee, that we should make sure that that market was located so that another accident did not happen. But because of the delay, another one happened there. And we thank God that it was in the night. If it was in the afternoon and the market was on, there would have been more than 2 casualties because 2 people died. Imagine if it was a market day. So the market has been banned by the town itself. The house only needs to reaffirm the ban now and confirm.
Okay, it was the community that took that step.
Yes.
So I think this house now need to give it a force of law.
Law, that's it.
I think that's what we are going to do because it is within our power to do. So we are going to pass a resolution now to ban the existing market. We are not banning marketing in Iworoko, but where the market is located right now, that no market activities should be carried out in that place. They should move to another location. Yes, let me take gender, then I'll come back to you. Honorable Yabo Fakunle Okeme.
Thank you, Capacity Speaker. Distinguished honorables, my name is Honorable Barrister Yabo Fakunle Okeme, and I represent the good people of Ilejemeje constituency. Right Honorable Speaker and Mr. Chairman and the whole House. I just want to add this I want us to add this in our consideration. It is prevalent in Ekiti State that most markets are held by the roadside. If you go to Ekiti, you will see all of them by the roadside. Igede, all of them are on the roadside. Even in Ekiti, there's a market, but they will spread to the road on market days. Even in Ado Ekiti, sir, when I was the Honorable Commissioner for Environment, we had a very long and protracted battle with these market men and women. Immediately we leave, they will come back. And it is still, till as I speak with you, sir, if you go to Ojaba market, you will see all of them on the road. The only thing is that we have not had eventualities in Ado. Probably that is why things have refused to change. I don't know if we can expand our tentacles to Ekiti State in general. During the tenure of Dr. John Kadefayemi, Erelubisi Fayemi had this market project. The one in my local government, no, you cannot, since that time, they have not entered that place. Even in Ado Ekiti here, in this market here, Okesha, the market stores that they built, they use it as storehouses for their wares. They will say, if the people that are by the roadside, they will not allow them to sell if they are inside. I think something more drastic and bigger.
Okay, so this is expanding it beyond. I will come back to you, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker. I take Honorable Fawekun, which I've earlier asked to wait.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, I am Babatunde Abiodun Fawekun. I represent the Dosi Constituency 1. The market in which we are debating is on my daily route. I pass through that road on a daily basis. I still pass through it as I was coming just right now. The issue there are some shops along that road that need to give way for the road. Aside the market, the shop owners display their goods on that road. Apart from market days, the shop owners do display their goods in front of their shop on the road. So there's need to do something as regards those shops. They are too close to the road. Even when we move the market now, the shop will still be victims of accident on that road. So we need to do something as regards that very center. We need to clear whatever is on that and on that axis of the road. Thank you.
I think we should note some of the agencies of government that we have to call. Urban and regional planning, we have to bring them on board, even the environment and the rest of them. Yes, Right Honorable Bolaji Egbemi Olagbaju.
My name is Bolaji Olagbaju, representing the great people of Ado Constituency 2. The Right Honorable Speaker, sir, Mr. Capacity, distinguished members of the 7th Assembly. I rise to make a point and to speak to the issues of marketing on the streets. Just like my honorable sister said, Honorable Okieme, that in most places, in most markets, actually there is virtually no market there's virtually no local government or any town that you don't see our market women on the streets. And this is not even limited to Ekiti State. The same thing is ongoing in other states. But there is this saying that where there are no street laws, then the rules are useless. Like she has said, it's been like a tug of war to move these market women off the streets, even in Ado Ekiti for years now. But I will tell you, I can boldly tell you that of recent, let me use this example. Yesterday night, I was on my way to the palace. I think it was around 7:30. And I was very surprised to see because the most congested market is that road from the post office, along post office, through the palace, and eating Ejikbo. Market women are seen doing their daily things, even, stocking the palace. But I was very surprised yesterday while I was on my way to the palace around 7:40, and then I realized that, around 6:30, because usually it is even around that time they come out, because they know that the civil servants that are, assigned to monitor, or even the law enforcement agencies, they know that they close at work maybe by 4 or 5. But what I observed, and I had to park, and I had some of the market women that everywhere is clean, everywhere is sorted. You know, said Honorable Beshemba was around Tomamuwa, on Nibiton Heights. That is no longer the same story. And that's where I'm trying to eat at. You see, even in Lagos State, if you remember in those days of Fashola, before he could move people out of Oshodi, and if you see how beautiful Oshodi is now, he had to report there on a daily basis to make sure that these people actually adhere strictly to the rules. By nature, human beings are very stubborn, and particularly market women are very, very stubborn. So I think we should just have a way of dialoguing or engaging the local government chairman of each local government, that they must have people mounting this market street in the morning, in the afternoon, maybe on rotation, like they did at the Oja Oba. And that even prompted me to drive past Oja BC yesterday, and I could see that it's the same thing. Even on market days now, you can drive past. So we should engage this local government chairman to, make provisions for people to be on standby to make sure that these activities are not does not continue. And even at Oja Kisha that she mentioned, constitutionally and by law, even locally, they have been moved to Oja Olokwe, Agric Olokwe. And if you go to Agric Olokwe, as I'm talking to you, you will not believe it's now a massive market. The congestion at Okesha has really subdued because of the presence of these law enforcing men on ground, and they are there till like 9 p.m. So the same thing, I think, should be applicable to all other markets in all other local government, and this should be done by the local government chairman.
Thank you. Right Honorable Bolaji Egbeyemi. Now, before I call on the leader of the house, there is what they call false love. False love. Because if I ask you a question now, those who died in that accident, if you ask them, wherever they are, that if we had forced you, even go and lock you somewhere to still live, than allowing you to die, which one will you pick? At least they will tell you that we will prefer to be arrested, locked, to live. First love. I remember when I was growing up, I don't know whether our parents still, we are now parents though, we are now socialized, so we might not do it like that before. Your child, when we are growing up, if they want, those child, some children, they are very stubborn, that they don't want to eat. Our parents, when we were young, we put the ogi inside one bucket, put you on the lap, hold your neck, and press your nose. You open your mouth, and they feed you by force. That is false love. They know that you will not take drug, so they will press your nose, and by force, by fire, you open your mouth. I think it is high time that we also apply that first love. That is it. We have to apply that first love. You see, some people, until you press their nose, hold their neck, they will not eat. Even though the food is to nourish their body, they will not take the drug, even though the drug is to heal them of their ailments. And that is exactly what is happening. We are saying, please don't kill yourself, but everybody still wants to go there to die. And that is why we must apply this first love, and that is why I am throwing that line. Local government chairman, Hexma, Urban Regional Planning, all of these, the authorities has to come into play, and they must do their job. If possible, on occasion, there should be a task force, particularly on market days. Leader of the House, let me listen to you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and my dear colleagues. This topic is a daring one, given the number of times we have to discuss on it. And I support all the submissions, all the other submissions of my colleague, but I will want to take a little bit of diversion. Now, I want to talk about the geometry of that road. You find out that the peculiarity about the curve and the elevation, the approaching elevation, you find out that we virtually almost don't have accidents when you are coming from the university side to Iworoko. The accident is common to when you are coming back from the Faki side to Iworoko. So it means that we have a challenge with the elevation of the road vis-a-vis the angle of curve at that particular point in time.
I know some people are here for executive session. Just hold on. We are going to call you very soon. Those of you are here for executive session. And we will adjourn our plenary to next week very soon. We might not be able to take everything on our other paper today. We will adjourn our plenary so that we can continue, we can start the executive session. But I want us to conclude with this particular one. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. So I would think that apart from solving the effects of the problem or the people that are to relocate them, I think the House too can look into the possibility of solving the cause of that accident. And that means, so what I'm proposing is we need to also, since there's an ongoing contract on that road, we can also call on the government to look at the possibility of increasing the width of the road in that area, increasing the width of the shoulder in that area, and eventually enforce the setback laws of an highway, because that's an highway.
May I also tell you, sir, if we are to go by this your proposal, the market will not even be.
Yes.
Because if you increase the width, it's eat up into the market. And if you are not talking about setback again, it clears the market. Yes. So it's the same thing.
Yes, sir. What we are still saying about that, sir, is that there are still, apart from the market, there are still shops, there are still buildings that encroaches into those setback areas. So even if we relocate the market, if this angle of elevation and curve is not corrected, cars can still come. And
all right, that will be incorporated as addition to the relocation of the market. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, the local government chairmen are here. At least I can see some of them. I can see Honorable Sikira. This is very important for you to also take home because of the safety of lives in your locality is important. Most of these markets are situated in your locality. We need to look into this. Yes, Honorable Tunde Idowu. Then after that, I take Honorable Tunde, okay. And maybe that will, okay. Then I'll come back to you then. Okay. Honorable Tunde Idowu.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished colleagues of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, I am Honorable Tunde Idowu. I represent Ikere Constituency 2. Mr. Chairman, my suggestion is an addendum to what the leader of all government business has just submitted. Mr. Chairman, talking about the market beside the roads, when we look around the Ekiti State, as earlier established by the submission of Honorable Princess Iyabo Okieme, that most of our markets are beside the roads in Ekiti State. I want to agree and I want to confirm to you, Mr. Chairman, that when you move to all towns in Ekiti State, I will take my town, Ikere Ekiti, as an example. The Ojaba market is beside the road. Even in Ado, Ojaba market is beside the road. Most of these markets, they are so close to the road that immediately after the road, at the edge of the drains, immediately after the edge of the drains, you have the market. And traditionally in Ekiti State, most of these Ojaba will...
Sorry, that is not better if it is still after the drains. If you go to Igede, it's on the road.
On the road, yes.
Right inside, on the road.
Yes.
If you go to Okesha Market.
Yes.
Right
along,
on the road.
Along Stadium.
That's where people put their goods.
Stadium Road. Yes, Mr. Speaker, we can stationalize security agents to move them from the road. But if we move them from the road, according to Honorable Faweku, are we going to move the shops that are already built immediately beside the road? What is my suggestion,
Sorry,
Mr. Speaker?
please, on that one, this is, that is specific, and there are other generalization.
Yes.
For the specific, for the Woroko,
okay,
we have to move that market.
The shop and the shops.
Yes, because of the gory experiences
of that place.
Not just experience, lives have, I told you, I said I was an eyewitness. I carry more than 7 corpses in my own Jeep from Iworoko down to Exut at a state. That experience, do you know the meaning of what I'm saying? It has not left me.
Understand.
That experience, it has not left me. There are times that I have trauma because of when I begin. Thank God, my chief of staff was with me that day. It was a bad one. A bad one. So we have specifics. There are other general issues that we'll see how we handle it. But this specific one, we will speak to it, then we'll talk to the general ones. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My suggestion, I want to be put on record. Probably we are not buoyant enough to do it now, but I want it to be put in record that somebody, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker mentioned Lagos State. She mentioned Oshodi. Then when we look at what is happening there now, most of all those shops and they were still there, but there is a construction strategy, techniques they use there, that every area where there are markets that is closer to the road, they will use one barricade, iron barricade, thick iron barricade to barricade the road and the people. We will have seen all these things. It was the same, it was that thing we were trying to do around the Awedele market. There is a market in Awedele built by His Excellency John Kayode Fayemi. If you look at Awedele side, sir, that market and the road was demarcated with strong iron barricade. They use it in Lagos. It's common in Lagos.
Okay.
Every side of the road.
That's another proposal.
Barricade. So all our Ojaba market that we cannot relocate now, those areas we should go and build that iron barricade.
To be barricaded.
Yes, to the length.
So that inflow of people to the roads will be stopped.
It will not allow the people to move.
That's another suggestion.
Again. Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Chairman.
Honorable Tunde, okay. Then I come to you. Honorable Tony Adamodo and Karim, and I think after that, we'll close discussion on this. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Leader of the House, I hope you are taking notes of all the points. Yes.
Yes, it has been established that our market settings in Ekiti is somehow 40. However, I want to believe that this will call for maybe another day for a thorough debate so that we can have resolution on that particular issue. But I would just suggest that we should limit our contributions now to the issue
that will guide us further.
Yes, for further. Now, on this Iworoko market, I'm in support that the market should be relocated as recommended by the committee. But however, the committee did not speak to us about these shops that are on that road. But thanks to Honorable Fawekun that pointed our attention to it. My own suggestion is that I want to align myself with the position of the majority leader. But my own suggestion is that we should engage the contractor. Thank God there's a contractor working on that road presently. We should engage that contractor to also give us insight on what we can do to prevent accidents. Because if we relocate market...
Don't forget that your majority leader is a construction engineer.
No, he's going to spearhead, of course, he's going to be...
Unfortunately, by our standing order,
yes,
he can offer his professional advice only that he cannot collect money. He cannot receive any incentives. You can offer your professional... Yes, our standing order allows that. So you will give all your professional advice, but you cannot collect money. That's all.
That's why I align myself with his submission that we can as well also invite the contractor who is going to be the one to even execute whatever suggestion or the solutions that we pass. So, because if we relocate market, you cannot relocate people from passing through that road. People are still going to pass. Students and the citizens of that town are going to pass through. So we need to prevent accidents. Of course, we relocate the market, but at the same time, we need to work to ensure that we reduce accidents or we will eliminate accidents on that particular asset.
Thank you.
So it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I call on the Chairman House Committee on Works, Honorable Tony Adaramodu. Then after that, Honorable Karim Agumbiade, and we'll close discussion on this matter.
Capacity Speaker, my name is Honorable Tony Kende Adaramodu, representing the good people.
Please, I think we should maintain decorum up there, please. Please.
Representing the good people of Ekiti Southwest Constituency 1. Dear colleagues.
Who is that? Sergeant Atam, please, can you just do your job? And where is the CSO? Let them go and do the job up there. Yes, go ahead, please.
I would like to align with the submission of our majority leader. However, we should know it is not only the market women or market men that are around that axis. We have some students going up and coming down from that area. I will suggest that at that bend, a strong pillar in which is obtainable in some areas, a very strong pillar should be constructed even in the middle and at the end of the road towards that market. It will safeguard any vehicle probably that loses whether loses control or failure of their brake, to have the pillar can just be like a shock absorber for all these vehicles. I so submit, sir.
Angle to it, very important, and I must say that you just reminded me, I school in that place also. That is student environment. And I think as part of recommendation to whatever we are suggesting to the contractor under that project, I think we need a pedestrian walkway. Not just, there should be a pedestrian walkway, if only for that area alone, so that there will be a pedestrian walkway. I'm not talking about bridge now, just a walkway. We might not be able to introduce the auto, but at least let there be a pedestrian walkway and like a bus stop somewhere, so that, and the barricades that you have mentioned, all these are very, very important. Honorable Karim Agumbiade.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished member, my name is Honorable Karim Agumbiade. I want to align with other speakers that our market in Ekiti State, most of it situated along roadside. It is true, sir, but I want to tell you, sir, that for us to relocate market in Ekiti State may be somehow difficult. One, most of the markets we are mentioning, they are Ojaobas, and most of our Ojaobas situated into the site traditionally. And
Also, but don't forget, you know, I mentioned something the other time. I said first love. We will apply first love in some areas. We are not saying all the markets, but there are some areas that are notorious that this is what you call tradition. If you continue to follow tradition and to continue to kill your subjects, we have to look at it. The first love.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I want to cite one example. When I was the chairman of Ekiti West local government, you know, one of our markets in Aramoko situated along roadside in Aramoko, very close to Kabesi Palace. That place is the most dangerous market in Ekiti. I don't know, maybe the chairman knows the place I'm talking about. And every day, nearly every market, or once in a month, we recorded serious and fatal accidents along that place. Then, when I was the chairman, I did one thing. I made sure that I supervised every market day. I moved all the marketers into the street. And I believe that by applying
that's exactly what we are saying, sir.
That is it.
That's exactly what we are saying. Thank you very much. And I think that was what Right Honorable Olabaji also mentioned that the other time. We are not saying that we want to relocate all markets. But and that was why I mentioned that there is a specific, there are other general issues. And what do we do? So please, you can hold your mic. Dear colleagues, I know a lot have been said on this issue. I would want us to look at the specific one. The general one will come back to it. And it's also coming to my mind that this house will need to come up, because I was asking, is there even any law in Ekiti State that regulates market activities? I am not sure if there is any. So I think there is a need for us to come up with a legal framework on how to regulate market activities in Ekiti State. We are due for it. That is why we are lawmakers, because our society is not static. It is not how, of course, even palaces has changed. We know how palaces used to be before now. Palaces has now modernized. Then if palaces are modernized, Ojoba, like we are mentioning, should be modernized too. There was a way our palaces look like, but palaces now, you now have duplex, you now have, even one governor once told us Ebola got in jollof rice. If Ebola have now started eating jollof rice, then whatever it is also, let them also modernize. We are in a new, but let's go to the specific first. From the discussion, I can infer that it is the general submission of this house that that the Iworoko market should be relocated. Am I correct? So this house is recommended to plenary now that Iworoko market should be relocated from its present location. If you are supposed to say aye, if you are against say nay, the ayes have it. It's also the recommendation, from various submission of members that the chairman of, what's the name of the SCDA? You didn't put it. Ifedara, the chairman, Ifedara SCDA, is hereby directed to expedite action on the construction of the new market, because there is an ongoing proposal. So, and I think we will also help him to speak to the state government in case he has not gotten approval or he has not received any fund for the construction. So it is not just for us to ask him to expedite action. The house will also part of our resolution is that the state government should give necessary approval and necessary support for the construction of the new market at Iworoko. Do we agree with that? Do we agree to that? Thank you. Also, as part of the resolution of this House, okay, is the issue of election, but instead, we will just take this together, that the contractor handling Iworoko Ifaki Road, Ado Iworoko Ifaki Road, should be summoned to appear before the House for further directive or for further engagement. Do you agree to that? That the House resolve that the contractor handling Ado Iworoko Road, Ado Iworoko Ifaki Road, be invited for engagement. And then we will also, whatever is the outcome, we'll bring it again to plenary. Do we agree to that? Thank you very much. Then, for general issue, is that this House will set up an ad hoc committee to also look into how to fashion out a legal framework on how to regulate market activities in Ekiti State. Do we agree to that? All right. And this House also, in our discussion, will recommend to plenary for resolution that all relevant government agencies are hereby called upon. And when I say all relevant government agencies, I think I need to mention, but in this case, the law that says express mention of one thing is to the exclusion of the other will not apply. There might be other relevant agencies that we will not mention. So it's not saying that I don't mention you does not mean you are not part of it. But all relevant agencies, including but not limited to local government, urban and regional planning, Ekiti State Traffic Management Agency, and Peace Corps, Ministry of Environment, and every other agency of government that has anything to do with enforcement, that has anything to do with regulations, are all hereby called upon to ensure safety in our markets. Do we agree to that? Do we agree to that? So that is also recommended to the plenary. Leader of the House, I hope you are taking notes. And lastly, there are some markets in Ekiti State that poses serious danger even to the marketers. Government of Ekiti State should see to how to move them away from the roads. Do we agree to that? Thank you very much. And on that note, we will take the rest at plenary. I want to seek the indulgence of my colleagues that because of the executive session, more so that I can see that some of the people who have invited are already on ground, that other matters listed for discussion at the Committee of the House, that we should also move it to the next allotted date so that we can consider them at the next allotted date. And I will also seek your indulgence, particularly on the pension reform law. We have seen the report, and I listened to them when they were reading it, and there seems to me some little gray areas that will require further engagement. On that note, I know that the Commissioner for Finance is also key because his ministry also supervises some of these activities. I think this House should invite to the next, not plenary now, to the next Committee of the House, which is likely to be at our next plenary session. The Commissioner for Finance should be invited to also come around with his team to give further clarification into some of the areas in this law. And if possible, Chairman, ad hoc Committee on Reform, you had engagement with the public and stakeholders during the course of this assignment. If there are people you think we should still invite, particularly those who are who are yet to see reason why we should have this law at this point, please, you can furnish the house with either a union or individuals, those stakeholders, so that they too can be part of the next committee of the whole house. I think that is better. At that, we can now discuss it better at the committee of the whole house, also getting their input before the law is passed. Do we agree to this? If you're in support, say aye. If you're against, say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. On that note, I will call on the leader of the house to move a motion that will dissolve back to plenary.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, we have an active motion.
You have what?
We have an active motion. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to move a motion first that the House sets down items 2.
No, at plenary. When we get to plenary.
Okay. Okay.
Then you can now set it down.
Okay. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to move a motion, having exhausted our discussion and deliberation at the House Committee of the Whole House, I move that this House reverts back to plenary. I so move.
And who is seconding the motion? Yes, Honorable Karim Agumbiade.
Speaker, distinguished member, my name is Honorable Karim Agumbiade, representing the West Constituency 1. That I want to second the motion moved by the leader of the House that the House revert to the plenary.
Question that if you are in support that this House dissolve back to plenary, say aye. If you are against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. With your permission.
Yet. Please sit down. Thank you very much. Thank you for holding forth. Yes, dear colleagues, I want to welcome us back from the Committee of the Whole House. It was a wonderful engagement at the Committee of the Whole House, I must say. I honestly thank you for your contribution. However, I need to call on the leader of the House to give us the report, what really transpired at the Committee of the Whole House. Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker and my dear colleagues, thank you once again. Right Honorable Speaker, reporting on our resolutions from the Committee of the Whole House. 1, the House resolves that the LCDA chairman of Ifedara LCDA should expedite action on the construction of the new market site, and that the state government to give approval and support to expedite the quick completion of the new market. The House also resolves that the Iworoko market be relocated from its present location. The House equally resolves that the contractor handling Ado Iwoko Ifaki Road be invited to this Honorable House for possible engagement on resolving other critical areas that could help resolve accidents on this road. The House also resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to look into the regulation of the activities of markets in Ekiti State. The House also
called out all relevant agencies, including but not limited to the Urban and Regional Town Planning, Ministry of Environment, Peace Corps, and every other relevant agency.
Government very important. I said local government are very, very important.
Local government inclusive. They are called upon to ensure the safety of our markets, either daily or on the market days. Finally, some markets in the state that poses danger to marketers. It's also the resolution of this House that such markets be moved away from the very road that serves as danger to this market. Having said this forms the resolution.
No, what are the other matters discussed?
The other matters also is the invitation of the Commissioner for Finance to appear at our next plenary session or the Committee of the Whole House to shed light on critical clauses in the proposed pension reform law so as to clear the air for other critical stakeholders. And the chairman of the committee is also advised to identify other relevant or important stakeholders that could add value to this explanation as they are to be invited to for this plenary session.
Another matter on our list was set down for...
And other items on the other paper that have been earlier been
other matters on the item was set down for next another day because of the executive session.
Yes, other matters that are earlier been slated to the Committee of the Whole was set down for the next plenary session.
Thank you very much. I call on Honorable Jacob Awoni Adeyemi to confirm if that was the true position of our meeting.
Honorable Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members, I'm Honorable Jacob Adeyemi Awoni, representing Member Constituency 2. I rise to confirm that the report given by the majority leader of the House on what transpired during the committee at business are true reflections of what actually happened during that period. So all what is said are true reflections of what happened. Thank you, sir.
And I asked the question now, I put the question that if you're in support, that every statement made by the leader of the House, which was also confirmed by Honorable Awoni, were actually what transpired at our Committee of the Whole House. Say, if you agree that these were the things that we that we agreed to at our Committee of the Whole House, come and say hi. If you again say nay, the House have it. Leader of the House, can I have what you have written down? Abi, it's from your head. All right, thank you very much. So on that note, I quickly want to run through that one. Leader of the House, please come. Okay, thank you very much. Don't worry. Thank you very much. When we were considering the report of the committee of this House on Infrastructure and Public Utility, who look into the petition seeking relocation and construction of Iworoko Ekiti main market, this House, the Committee of the House, recommended to the plenary for resolution the following. Number one, and I will put the question one after the other. Number one, that the Iworoko market should be relocated from its present location. If you are in support, say aye. If you are against, say nay. The ayes have it. It was also recommended to plenary for resolution that the chairman of the federal LCDA, that is Local Council Development Area, should expedite action on the construction of the new market. If you are in support, say aye. If you are against, say nay. The ayes have it. It was also our recommendation to plenary that the state government should also be called upon to give approval in case it has not been given, and subsequent support for the construction of this new market at Iworoko. If I support, say aye. If I against, say nay. The ayes have it. It was also agreed at the committee level that the contractor handling Ado Iworoko Ifaki Road be invited for engagement with the ad hoc committee that I'm going to mention immediately after. If you are supposed to say aye, if you are against, say nay. The ayes have it. Also, it was agreed that the House will set up, an ad hoc committee to look at legal framework on how to regulate market activities in Ekiti State. If you are in support, say aye. If you are against, say nay. The ayes have it. Also, it was recommended for plenary, for resolution of the plenary, that agencies that relevant agencies in the state, such as, but not limited to, urban and regional planning, Ministry of Environment, local government in Ekiti State, EXMA, that is Ekiti State Traffic Management Agency, the Peace Corps, and other relevant agencies should, as a matter of urgency, ensure safety of lives on our market and ensure that incursion of marketers to road are prevented. If you're in support, say aye. If you're against, say nay. The ayes have it. And lastly, it was recommended for plenary resolution that some markets in Ekiti State that poses danger to the marketers must be moved away, at least from the roads. If this is part of the resolution, say aye. If you're against, say nay. The ayes have it. So if you are in support of all the resolution, I want to hear you say aye. And if you're against, say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Secretariat, ensure that these resolutions are communicated appropriately, not only to the state government, even to the police, to the civil defense, to all law enforcement agencies and the relevant agencies we've mentioned, to all the local government chairman in Ekiti State, to the governor himself, even to the House, so that we can also communicate the legislative compliance, our own resolution. Very, very important. Thank you very much. On that note, it was our decision again on other matter, number one, that we set down other items that are listed in our other paper for the next legislative day, for the next legislative day. And this House also recommended to plenary that on issue of pension reform law, that is bill, that is undergoing the process of passage into law, that we should invite the Commissioner for Finance to give further clarification on our next allotted date, which is likely to be Tuesday. What's Tuesday's date? Is it 4th? Are we sure? Huh? Okay, on Tuesday, the 4th day of when we move the motion to the next plenary. Let me put it that way. If you're in support, say aye. And if you're against, say nay. The ayes have it. Now, yes, that is part of the resolution. We have adopted all other recommendations because compensation has to be paid, particularly to those that will be affected by the relocation. It's part of it. Thank you very much. And that will reflect in the resolution. On that note, I call on the leader of the House to move the necessary motions, one after the other.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, one, I would like to move a motion that this House sets down items 2, 3, and 4 of our order of the day, leaving items 5.
Why do you want to leave at 10:05? Let's stay here now. All right. Who is seconding the motion? Yes, Honorable Babatunde Abiodun Fawekun.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleague, I rise to second the motion as moved by the leader of the House that we step down item 2, 3, and 4. So I second. Thank you. No, the 5 was in there.
Now I put the question that if you are in support that item 2, 3, 4 of our order paper be stepped down to the next allotted date, say aye. If against, say nay. The ayes have it. Now, to the ad hoc committee, to also, they have 2 works to do on this. They will look at the legal framework on how to come up with a legal framework to regulate activities of the market activities in the state. They are also to have an interface with the contractor handling Lagos, I mean, Ado Iworoko Ifaki Road. And this will be shared by the leader of the House, being an engineer. And I will also bring into it the Chairman's Committee on Works to be part of the committee. I will also include the minority leader, Honorable Dele Ogunshakin, to be part of the team. The Deputy Speaker, sorry please, Honorable I have to reconstitute that committee. The Deputy Speaker will be part. I'm sorry, the Deputy Speaker cannot work under the leader of the House. So the Deputy Speaker will be the chair of that committee. Right Honorable Bolaji Egbeyemi to chair the committee, the ad hoc committee, and the leader of the House as a member, the Chairman's Committee on Works as member, the minority leader as member. That's how many? It's going to be 7. That's 4. Am I correct? Yes. Honorable Tunde Idowu, also member of that committee. That Honorable I'm looking at people with that has something to do with investment. Who is investment? Tokwelunge. To be a member of that committee. And also, for the legal framework, I will take Honorable Iyabo Fakunle Okeme to, from the legal perspective, since we are looking at the legal framework. How many do we have? That's 7. So please ensure your committee work within 2.5 weeks. Is that okay? 2.5 weeks. To come up with your report. Thank you on that. On that note, I call on the leader of the House to, before I call on the leader of the House, I want us to quickly listen to these announcements. Leader of the House, I ask you to send something to me. I have not found it.
Right, Honorable Sir.
I asked you to send something to me now. I have not seen it.
It's with you, sir.
I say I have not seen it. You say it's with me. It can be with me, but I have not seen it. I can't find it. All right, please note that for the executive session, Team 1 will walk inside the Allo chamber. Team 2, conference room on the other wing of the building. There's a conference room up here for Team 2. Team 3 will work at the conference room. I don't understand this, your English. Or which one is other wing? The two are other wing.
We have to.
Okay, they're opposite each other.
Yes.
All right, the conference room at this side. So if you're on Team 2, you go there. Team 1, Allo chamber. Then Team 4, the office, majority leader's office. The proposed majority leader's office, not the proposed majority leader's office. That is where the teams will now meet immediately after plenary. Thank you very much. So please, can you move the motion?
Thank you, Capacity Speaker, the ever brilliant speaking speaker. Rugged, dogged, but not grandstanding.
We are grand and we are standing. That is what he said. He said we are grand and standing.
Thank you, Capacity Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, having exhausted all the items of our order paper for Thursday and set down some, I would like to move a motion that this House adjourns until the 4th day of February 2025 for the next plenary session.
Give time to that. Would there be a executive session on that day?
10 a.m.
Would there be a executive session?
Yes, yes.
All right, so 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Please, members, 10 a.m. on Tuesday. 10 a.m. on Tuesday. On that note, I second that. Honorable Oluwayomi Ayonide.
Esteemed colleagues, I am Honorable Yomi Ayorinde. I represent Idosi Constituency 2. Right Honorable Speaker, before I second, permit me to commend you for taking a position on the pension reform that we should bestow it a more mature reflection before we take the bill. It was the right thing to do, and I commend you for that. On that note, I second the motion as moved by the majority leader of the House that this House stand adjourned till Tuesday next week, 10 a.m. Thank you.
I put the question that if you're in support that this House do adjourn plenary to Tuesday, the 4th day of February 2025, press yes. But if you're against, press nay. Well, it's good. Let me see the result. Let me see the result, please. 12 people say yes. However, this is democracy. Majority will have their way. Minority will have their say. 4 said no. Let me have the names of the 4 that said no. Let me have their names. 4 that said no. I can't see from here. Honorable Yomi Ayonide, please, can you mention their names? Honorable Femi Akindele, Idowu, the Idowus, and you are not there, sir. That is Ibo Idosi. That. Those reds are Well, it's good. We will continue to know those of you who are. Well, at the end of it, the eyes have it. I arise. Thank you.